All right. Hello, everyone. And thanks for tapping in with Sia. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys about, understanding how sometimes you get gems along the way growing up. You don't get them all at the same time. Okay? And that could be spiritually, mentally, physically to help you in your life as you get older. I remember as a kid, I was born in Kansas City and grew up. Like, my best memories are in Kansas City growing up. And I just loved growing up in the country, and just the people are different. California, is different culturally and just all the way around. All right. So when I was a kid, I remember it was a lady that lived across the street from my great grandma, and everybody used to be like, "Why do you like going over her house? Her house look weird and spooky." And I was a little kid, like 5 or 6, and I would go to her house and it would be dark. The furniture was antique looking, the lamp, everything looked kind of dusty and old. And I used to sit in her living room area, and I used to just tell her, like, tell me about your life. I want to write it down. And so she used to sit there and just tell me stories when she grew up, when she was young, when she was a kid, and just telling me about her life and how she ended up living by herself and how much she enjoyed me coming. And so I just remember as a kid, like, just enjoying being around older people and always outside, just sitting in the grass, being with nature. I've always been like that since I was a kid. When my mom bought me a chalk set, I wasn't drawing hopscotch. I was doing hieroglyphics and stuff like that. I was into that. I love karate. I love Bruce Lee. I had the whole outfit when I was younger. The shoes, the hat, everything. So I was just different as a kid. And I'm saying all that to say, like, it's okay to be you. And as we get older and as we try to make sense of things, and we lose our creativeness. You get what I'm saying? Anybody in school who tests high is usually when they're younger, because when you're younger and you're a kid, you don't have limits. You don't have, you don't put limitations on yourself before you do something. But when you grow up and you learn how to make sense of things and put things in different categories, you you limit yourself before you even get started. You know, you try to make sense of the equation before it happens. And so kids don't do that. They say, you could do it, let's try it, or it didn't work this time, let's try this. And so kids are resilient at making tents. That's why you have kids who they can make tents really well, because they do it over and over and over and they don't get defeated. And so let's bring back that resilience in our life when we feel defeated in certain areas. You may feel defeated in your relationships with your family, with your spouse, with friends. But let's do a self check. How is this relationship affecting me? What do I play? What part do I play in our relationship? How can I make it better? Do we need time? Do that person need time? Or could you schedule a day where you could just go meet with them, or maybe send them a text message? Or maybe some relationships aren't supposed to be mended. Maybe you should just leave it alone. So that's why I said do a check-in, do an itinerary to see, an inventory to see what goes and what stays, what's needed and what needs to go. Um, so yeah, stop limiting yourself before you get started. That's the message for today. Go back to when you were a kid. What are some things that you enjoy doing as a kid? How can you be creative? Creativity jogs your mind. Don't make sense of everything. When you ask God and you pray for things or your higher power or whatever it is you believe, um, the sky is the limit. And when you ask, you can't make sense of how is God gonna bless me with this. You just trust that it's gonna happen. So when there are things that you want to do and you try again and you're resilient, um, just remember you could try 100 times and fail, but that 101 time may be the time you succeed. So don't give up. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for tapping in with Sia. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, where wellness plus healing equals happiness. Okay? All right. Well, I'll see you next time.